My dear friends, my brothers and sisters, today I want to talk about something that many of us struggle with, but rarely discuss openly: how to improve our personality by learning from other people around us. I'll Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't personality something we're born with, something fixed and unchangeable? Well, I'm here to tell you that's not entirely true. Every single one of us has the incredible power to grow, to change, and to become better versions of ourselves. And one of the most underrated ways to do this is by paying attention to the people around us, learning from their strengths, understanding their struggles, and adapting the best of what we see into our own lives. You see, personality development isn't complicated. It's not some mysterious formula that only a select few can master. It's about observation, intention, and action. It's about being humble enough to look at someone and say, that's something I admire. How can I develop that quality in myself? First, let me clarify what I mean by personality. Personality isn't just about being outgoing or shy. It's not about being loud or quiet. Real personality is the sum of all your characteristics. It's how you treat people, how you handle pressure, how you communicate, how you inspire others, your values, your integrity, your sense of humor, your empathy. It's everything that makes you think about someone you truly admire. Maybe it's a teacher, a family member, a leader, or a friend. What is it about them that you admire? Is it their confidence, their kindness, their ability to make people laugh, their resilience? That's their personality at work. And here's the beautiful truth: whatever qualities they have, you can develop them too. I want you to imagine two scenarios. In the first scenario, you try to figure everything out on your own. You make mistakes, you learn the hard way, and it takes years. In the second scenario, you observe others, you learn from their experiences and their strengths, and you accelerate your own growth. Which would you rather choose? Learning from others is like having a shortcut. It's like standing on the shoulders of giants. Every person you meet has something to teach you: a skill, a perspective, a way of handling challenges. When you recognize this, you stop viewing other people as competition and start viewing them as teachers. The first step is to become a keen observer. Watch how people interact. Don't judge them, just observe. If someone is great at public speaking, notice what they do. Do they make eye contact? Do they use natural gestures? Do they pause for emphasis? Do they smile? These small details matter. I'll give you an example. I once worked with someone who had incredible patience. She could deal with the most frustrated people and calm them down in minutes. I could have just admired her from a distance, but instead, I paid attention. I noticed she listened more than she talked. She didn't interrupt. She acknowledged people's feelings before offering solutions. Now, because I observed and understood her approach, I can apply those same principles in my own interactions. Don't wait for a perfect mentor to appear. Instead, identify people around you in your office, your family, your community, even public figures who have qualities you want to develop. You don't need one person to learn from. You can learn confidence from one person, kindness from another, ambition from someone else, and humor from yet another person. Collect these lessons like treasures. Here's something many people don't do: they don't ask. If you admire someone, talk to them. Ask them about their journey. Ask them how they developed a particular skill. Ask them about their challenges. Most people are flattered when you show genuine interest, and you'd be amazed at how much they're willing to share. You can say something like, "I've noticed you're really good at handling difficult conversations. How did you develop that skill?" Or, "I admire how calm you stay under pressure. Can you share some tips with me?" People appreciate authenticity and genuine curiosity. As you observe, you'll notice patterns. You'll see what works and what doesn't. You'll realize that being aggressive might get results in the short term, but it damages relationships in the long term. You'll see that kindness combined with firmness is far more powerful than either one alone. You'll discover that vulnerability, when shared appropriately, makes people trust you more, not less. Take these lessons and test them in your own life. See what resonates with your personality. Remember, you're not trying to become someone else. You're trying to enhance who you already are. Once you identify a trait you want to develop, practice it deliberately. If you want to be a better listener, consciously listen in your next conversation. If you want to be more confident, practice speaking up in meetings. If you want to be more empathetic, actively try to understand people's emotions before responding. This takes effort. Personal growth always does. But here's the good news. Every single time you practice, you become a little bit better. After weeks and months, you'll look back and barely recognize the person you were. This is one of the most underrated qualities. Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand and manage your emotions and recognize and influence the emotions of others. People with high emotional intelligence are great leaders, great friends, and great team members. They rarely say things they regret because they're aware of how their words might affect others. Learn from people who have this. Watch how they navigate conflict, how they celebrate others' wins, how they comfort people when they're struggling. If you see someone who is emotionally intelligent, they're worth learning from. Find people who don't pretend to be someone they're not. These people are magnetic because everyone trusts them. They might not always be the loudest in the room, but people listen when they speak. They keep their word. They admit when they're wrong. This is not weakness, this is strength. And it's something you can absolutely develop. Start by being true to your own values. Say no when you mean no. Admit mistakes. Be consistent in your words and actions. I'll notice the people who have faced challenges but didn't give up. They're still smiling. They've learned from their failures. They don't see obstacles as stop signs. They see them as detours. This quality is absolutely learnable. You develop resilience by facing challenges, falling down, and getting back up again and again. Watch how others do it, and then do it yourself. When you fall, and you will fall, remember, falling doesn't make you weak. Staying down does. We live in a world where being nice is sometimes seen as naive or weak. It's not. Some of the strongest people I know are incredibly kind. They remember people's names. They ask about people's families. They celebrate others' successes genuinely. And here's what I've noticed. Kind people attract kind people. They build strong networks without even trying. This is a superpower, and you can develop it by practicing small acts of kindness every single day. There is a big difference between confidence and arrogance. Confident people believe in themselves, but they're also humble. They know they don't know everything. They're open to feedback. They take risks, but calculated ones. They don't need to put others down to feel good about themselves. Watch confident people. Notice how they carry themselves. Notice how they speak. Not loud necessarily, but clear. Deliberate. They make mistakes and laugh about them. That's the confidence worth developing. Confidence comes from preparation, from facing your fears, and from being proud of your efforts, not just your results. Now, let me be honest with you. This process isn't always smooth. You're going to face obstacles, and I want to prepare you for them. When you start paying attention to others' strengths, you might feel envious. You might start comparing yourself unfavorably. Let me stop you right there. Comparison is poison. The goal is not to become them. The goal is to become a better version of you. If you see someone who's confident, you're not trying to steal their confidence, you're trying to build your own. If you see someone who's successful, you're not trying to take their success. You're trying to learn from their methods. There's a massive difference. Use comparison as a compass, not as a weapon against yourself. You're not going to transform overnight. It takes time, it takes repetition, it takes small, consistent efforts. I know we live in a world of instant gratification where we want everything now. But personality development is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small wins. Notice when you handle a situation a little better than you would have 6 months ago. That's progress. That's worth celebrating. Remember, the person you admire, they also started somewhere. They also struggled. They also failed. The only difference is they kept going. As you develop new qualities, you might feel like a fraud. You might think, I'm pretending to be confident, or people will see through me. This is normal. This is the discomfort of growth. But here's what I want you to know. You're not pretending. You're practicing. You're becoming. And yes, people might notice the change, but most people will celebrate it. Some people might even feel threatened by your growth, and that's their issue to work through, not yours. You have the right to grow. You have the right to become who you want to be. Write down 5 people you admire. They can't be anyone. For each person, write down 3 specific qualities you admire about them. Be as detailed as possible. Don't just write confident. Explain what confident looks like in their behavior. Example. Instead of kind, write, she remembers people's names and always asks how their families are doing, making everyone feel valued. This exercise alone will clarify what qualities matter to you. From your list of 15 qualities, choose 3 that you want to develop first. Don't try to change everything at once. Focus. Choose qualities that align with who you want to become, and that will have the biggest impact on your life and relationships. Maybe you choose better listening skills, authenticity, and confidence. Good. Now you have a clear target. For each quality, identify the person who demonstrates it best. Study them. How do they behave? What do they say? How do they react in different situations? If possible, ask them about their journey. Most people are happy to share. Take notes, keep a journal, write down what you observe and what you learn. Now comes the most important part. Practice. Start small. If you want to be a better listener in your next conversation, practice listening without planning what you'll say next. If you want to be more authentic, share one genuine thing about yourself that you'd normally keep hidden. If you want to be more confident, weekly, spend 10 minutes reflecting. How did this week go? Where did you practice? What worked? What was hard? What will you do differently next week? This reflection is crucial because it keeps you honest and helps you course correct. Self-awareness is the foundation of all growth. Let me share a few examples of what this can look like in practice. I knew someone who was brilliant but completely overlooked in meetings. They had great ideas but never shared them. They watched their manager, who was skilled at making people feel heard while also presenting strong ideas. They started by making 1 comment per meeting, then 2, then asking others for their thoughts. After a few months, people started seeking out their opinion. Their manager even started citing their ideas in bigger meetings. What changed? They learned and practiced communication skills by observing someone else. That's the power of learning from others. I once knew someone who faced a major setback. Their project failed. They had every right to feel defeated. Instead, I watched them. They allowed themselves to feel disappointed for a day. Then they asked, what can I learn from this? They studied what went wrong, made a plan, and within months they had succeeded. Someone else who witnessed this also learned. They started applying the same approach to their own failures. Today they're more resilient because they learned from watching someone else face adversity with grace. You don't have to make all the mistakes yourself. You can learn from others' experiences. I watched someone transform their entire workplace culture by being consistently kind. They remembered birthdays. They celebrated wins. They checked on people who seemed struggling. Over time, people started treating each other better too. The kindness was contagious, and many people who worked with them became kinder themselves because they saw how powerful it was. One person's personality changed an entire culture. Imagine the impact you could have if you deliberately developed your best qualities and influenced those around you. Before we wrap up, I want to address something deeper. Why should you do this? Why invest this effort in personal growth? No one else in the world is exactly like you. Even if you develop qualities from others, you'll do it your own way. Your version of confidence will be different from someone else's. Your version of kindness will be uniquely yours. And that's beautiful. The world needs your specific combination of qualities, experiences, and perspectives. Your personality, when refined and developed, is your contribution to the world. You're not trying to become someone else. You're trying to become the best version of yourself. Your personality affects every relationship you have. It affects your career trajectory. It affects your happiness. It affects how people treat you. Investing in your personality development is the most practical investment you can make. It pays dividends in every area of your life. Better relationships, better opportunities, better mental health, better everything. And the best part, the benefits extend to everyone around you. As you grow, you inspire others to grow. As you become kinder, people become kinder. As you become more confident, others feel more confident. Personal growth is never just personal. It ripples outward. This is the real power of personality development. So let me leave you with this. Right now, someone in your life is watching you. They see something in you that they admire. Maybe they're learning from you right now, and you don't even know it. That's the power of presence and authentic living. You're always influencing people. The question is, are you being intentional about the influence you're having? And right now, there's someone around you who has qualities you want. Will you take the time to learn from them? Will you observe? Will you ask questions? Will you practice? Will you give yourself time to grow? I want you to leave this session with a commitment. Maybe it's to identify one person you admire. Maybe it's to have one conversation with someone about their strength. Maybe it's to start one small practice toward a quality you want to develop. Whatever it is, choose one action and commit to it. Remember, you are not fixed. You are not unchangeable. You have within you the capacity to grow, to improve, to become someone remarkable. It starts with one observation, one conversation, one practice, one day at a time. The person you want to become is within reach, and the people around you are your teachers, your inspirations, your mirrors. Learn from them. Grow with them. Become the best version of yourself. Your journey has already started. The only question is, how far will you go? Thank you for listening. And don't forget to like and subscribe, my dear.